Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about Juno in the first house in a natal chart. Now, Juno in the first house in a natal chart can show that marriage may really play a dominant role in your life, more so than the average person. Yes, marriage can figure prominently in one's life scheme regardless of Juno placement, but if you have it in the first house, it could really factor in very strongly, to say the least. And your marriage partner you select might very well impact the way you project yourself to some degree, perhaps your own identity on some level. It may be that this person that you connect with could really be a very strong focal point in your life, and your life may really strongly revolve around this marriage partner or significant other. Now, it could also be where this person might play a strong integral role in your appearance. And when I say appearance, I mean, I understand that everybody is born with certain facial features and their looks or what have you, but I mean, as far as like, for example, making improvements on one's appearance and physique, such as working out, for example, let's say if you had Juno in Virgo in the first house, this could be you might connect with somebody. Well, it might be somebody with Virgo prominent in their chart, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant in Virgo, somebody that's has an emphasis perhaps on health-related matters and might encourage you to live healthier, or maybe encourage you to work out vigorously to improve your physique. So that could be one example there. Now, also remember that the first house is also associated with our early childhood. So this could be somebody that you may have known in your early childhood, could be a childhood sweetheart that you wind up connecting with, as far as a person being a significant other or marriage partner. So, and the thing too is, keep in mind that the first house in our natal chart is about our appearance. So I think it's important to remember to make sure you don't select somebody that could be that potential significant other or marriage partner based on superficial reasons, based just solely on the appearance. Now, the appearance might figure more prominently than other Juno placements in terms of you making a selection for somebody that could be a marriage partner or significant other, but it shouldn't be the sole reason, and there are other elements and aspects to consider when making that selection, of course. So, one way or another, this person can very well really dominate your life scheme, and really it could be a person too that maybe you connect with very strongly on a first impression, since the first house is associated with the first impression in a chart. And remember, the first house is also about about new beginnings. So this person also that you ultimately connect with can be somebody that encourages you to start or embark on new projects and endeavors in your life. And it's especially would be important, let's say, if you had a chart that was very dominant as far as either the zodiac sign Cancer or Taurus goes, two signs that may have a hard time maybe really as far as maybe starting something. Even though Cancer is a cardinal sign, Cancer can sometimes, I think, get stuck in their rut as far as their home life goes and be so much very introverted and homebody, because I have a Cancer Sun and Cancer Stellium. So let's say it's somebody that has something in their chart which looks like, well, they have a hard time getting up and maybe doing things, especially like, say, a Taurus dominant chart. That person that it might not really really, they might be stagnant, stuck in their rut, and just like Cancer can be, in terms of procrastination, even though that is a cardinal sign type initiative, this person might be one that might help you as far as initiation and enterprise goes, and start those new things and get off in the procrastination things, so to speak, and help you go out and do certain things. So that this person that you connect with might be somebody that could be very encouraging in that respect, and it could be a person you collaborate with as far as new things as well. So also keep in mind that aspects are important as well to your Juno placement. Now let's say that it's somebody has this placement, Juno in the first house, and they have, let's say, Mars making a good aspect, making a sextile, or trying to it. Now that could indicate that this person might be very encouraging in terms of helping you improve your physical body through some kind of exercise, or maybe even sports, vigorous sports activity, even through athletic competition perhaps. Now let's say, for another example, let's say that your Venus makes a square in conjunct or opposition to your natal Juno in your first house. Well, this person could have perhaps a negative or adverse impact on your physical body to some degree, because keep in mind, Venus is about sweets and enjoyment, and if it makes an adverse aspect to that Juno in the first house, well, it may indicate that this person really might not be that encouraging in terms of your improving your physical body, might even be to the detriment of it. Venus, of course, is associated with sweets, and Venus, when Venus and the adverse aspects involving Venus can also indicate perhaps the elements of being lackadaisical and not really in laziness. So you get the idea. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for Juno in the first house in a natal chart. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be talking about Juno in the second house in a natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel, but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person astrologically speaking based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.